Hello and welcome to Warcraft Daily for today, the 13th of October 2013. So, as always, it's a Sunday show, meaning that it's just a recap of the major things that happened last week. And in this we'll have the new mounts, RAF, new players, new pets, the BlizzCon sale, some stuff like that, PvP problems, the success of Flex and some PvE chat, and that should round us off for the week. Usually these shows are a little bit shorter because I just like to give everyone a sort of nice presentable format for everything major that they should know. So, new mounts and RAF. Well, there was a new mount coming out. It's called the Emerald Hippogryph. Hippogryph? No, Hippogryph. I'm pretty good at fucking up my pronunciation these days. And it's also going to be coming with a new RAF system, which is in patch 5.4.1. Now, in terms of new RAF system, well, apparently a lot of it's going to be more with the in-game client. And instead of just getting a mount in the mail, you'll be getting a token. And what this token does is it can be, like, you can renew the token, not renew, you can, like, claim the token, I guess, for a whole bunch of different mounts. They would be the old RAF mounts, some pets, and then I think they said some other items in a recent interview, but we don't know what that is. I think this is okay. I know a lot of people are saying, well, they got the old RAF mounts, it should be theirs. I don't think it applies as much when it's a mount that you buy, because there's no real skill, effort, or anything like that involved. Honestly, like, I have one or two RAF mounts, and I wouldn't care if other people got them these days. It would be different if, say, they nerfed Netherwing into the ground and it took 2 days to get it. That would piss me off, but something like this for the RAF mounts, I'm fine with it. I think it's pretty cool. If you are getting a reward, you may as well be able to choose one that you like, and I think that's absolutely fair enough. Now, new pets. Well, there's two new pets that have been added to the game files. The first one is Murkmus, who is the Diablo 3 styled Crusader, Murloc, that's the one. And you get him from either a BlizzCon physical ticket, in which case you've spent a lot of money, and I wish I could go there, or the virtual ticket, which is what I have, and is probably the most useful thing, actually, for people who want to cover the news. So yeah, Murkmus looks pretty cool. Now, there's another one called Bernard, and Bernard's a little dog, which is pretty nice, but the nice thing about him is that he carries ale all over the place. He's like one of those, is it Great Bernard or something like that? It's, it's kind of dog that was, I don't know if this was really a thing that happened, but the kind of lore or story behind them was that they were mountain rescue dogs or something, and they would carry, I think it was brandy, or they would carry some sort of alcoholic beverage to warm up the climbers or something like that, which I thought was just a nice little bit of, yeah, I think it's a nice little mount, it's cool. Now, next up we have the BlizzCon sale and some stuff like that. So, first of all, there is a sale for BlizzCon. It's only available to ticket holders, be that virtual or physical. Now, I've already went through this in pretty good detail in the last show, and yesterday's one, so if you want that, then go there, but I'll just flash up some screenshots on the screen and pause if you want to take a look. In terms of other BlizzCon stuff, the rewards for either going or having the ticket are, of course, Murkmus for World of Warcraft, a banner for Diablo 3, decals for StarCraft 2, and I believe a special card, which hasn't been revealed yet, for Hearthstone. All in all, it's cool enough, but really the main reason I bought my ticket is to see BlizzCon itself, because it's always a good time. Now next, let's talk about PvP. There's been some woes, let's just say that. Now, so far most of the issues have been fixed, but apparently arena queue times are substantially longer than they were. The last time I did arenas, it was always like a 10-second queue. That was back in patch 5.3. Some people are reporting it being a few minutes, even someone in the comments said that, so definitely a little bit weird. It's not a game-breaking issue, but it would certainly be nice to have that fixed. At the end of the day, if the queue is taking minutes, sometimes an arena game could take 2 minutes, so you're really losing out on the amount of arena games per hour that you can do, which, if you have not that much time, is a bit of a concern, to be sure. Now, the next thing is the crowd chooses you. This is gone. They didn't like how it was working out, it was affecting playstyles and things like that. It's been changed with the system, which means that after 10 minutes, the healing taken is reduced by 1% every 10 seconds, and then at 20 minutes, a victor is no, it's not a victor, it's a draw. And that's fair enough. It affects both teams negatively in the exact same manner. It makes things a little bit more cutthroat. Due to class balance, I can imagine it affecting some teams worse than others, but I think it's definitely better than the crowd chooses you, which I thought was a very clunky system, especially on reflection after patch 5.4 launched. Now also, let's talk about PvE, the success of Flex, and a few other things. So one of the main things that the devs said this week is that they were absolutely blown away by how successful flexible raiding is. 50% of all Flex raids have had multiple numbers of players, meaning that it truly is being used in its more flexible capacity. It's so far more popular than normal, which is to be expected in my opinion. I think that's pretty cool. And it's not as popular as LFR, though they do see it growing a lot, and they see a lot of LFR people moving up to Flex. Because the nature of Flex is that you do not have to have a bespoke raiding schedule, because it's easy enough so you can hop in and still be able to get some progression kills, which is really nice. So overall, it just seems like they couldn't be happier with the system, and as players, even if this isn't the system that you will use, I cannot see me using it, but even as a player, this is great. WoW was at its most healthy in ICC when there was basically a difficulty level that is sort of the same kind of area that Flex is in at the minute. That's when World of Warcraft was at its most successful, because there was raiding content that was challenging enough to appeal to everyone without being so challenging that it alienated people. When they moved the difficulty of 10 man up to be the same as 25 in Cataclysm, that alienated a lot of the previous raiding community, which was kind of sucky, but probably necessary if they wanted to balance them out. They just should have had a system in place to fill the void when they didn't. Now, there's also some talk about Proving Ground medals, allowing some people to get content with a lower item level. So this would be, say, you have a gold Proving Ground medal, which means that you're pretty skilled. And that would mean that you're able to get into an LFR with 10 lower item levels or something. Here's the thing. I think that's good. And I know a lot of people may disagree. See, item level's only really a measure of time spent, it's not a measure of skill. I see plenty of people with an item level even similar to mine, or maybe, like someone with 520 that's doing god-awful DPS for their item level. And you see this all the time. There's people with a lower item level than all of us who are doing quite a bit more damage than all of us. It just comes down to skill, and Proving Grounds, while they don't show exactly the best sense of skill, but if you have a gold Proving Ground medal, it does show a baseline level of competency. It means that, say, if you're doing the DPS challenge, at least there's a minimum amount of DPS that you're able to do, and it just shows that you're a pretty good player. So I think it's definitely a pretty fair system. It would be very hard with implementation. Another thing they said is that they were actually bouncing around the idea at one point of making it so that in LFR difficulty, you would get extra rewards or something like that for following fight mechanics. Honestly, I think this is a fantastic addition if they ever were to make it. The problem would be getting the tech right so that things are rewarded reliably and in a way that makes sense to the players and it's communicated effectively. I think that would be the main challenge. But if they can get it right, I think it could really help out LFR, because LFR is something which I think is a broken system at the minute because of just the way people are kind of socially engineered about the whole thing. Even I think the determination buff socially engineered people to want to wipe because lol determination, which is kind of shit. So yeah, that's LFR. I think it's something that Blizzard really didn't implement in as good a way as they should, and it really sucks for the people who, like, the only time that they have to raid is LFR, and obviously you want people who play the same game as you to have as good an experience as possible. If you don't, then you're probably a horrible person. I want LFR people to enjoy the stuff as much as they possibly can, and I don't think Blizzard's not really catering to them in the way that they should be, which is unfortunate. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the show. That rounds us off for the week. Pretty nice week in terms of news, some good developer interviews and stuff like that. Hopefully we'll start to hear more about patch 5.4.1 next week. Perhaps there's even some content on that, maybe a few quests or something that lead into 5.5. Who the hell knows? Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.